Yo, what is up YouTube? James Baek here and welcome back to another episode of VGC 2018 Back-to-Back Battles. That is right, VGC 2018 Back-to-Back Battles. This is the second episode and we have the team of Empoleon, Charizard, Sylveon, Landisfarian, Zapdos, and Tapu Bulu. If you haven't seen the previous episode, I highly recommend go check it out. But thank you all for the amazing support from the first episode. The first episode was actually insane. Uh, I saw that you people really liked that video as well as all the support. Man, that was just crazy. But just got to continue doing my job. Got to keep producing these episodes. Expect one every day. Got some stuff planned. I've been working on an analysis series, so there'll be that as well. We got our first opponent from Germany, Marcel, with the team of Tapu Koko, Raichu, Garchomp, Kartana, the Pelipper, and Celesteela. Is this a VGC 17 team? Maybe people are just playing Battle Spot with VGC 17 teams since they don't require Mega. It could be Mega Garchomp on this team, but like I don't know about Mega Garchomp to be honest. Uh, of course I can never possibly think. What am I trying to say? Basically, what I'm saying, it's definitely still a possibility. I can't rule it out. So this is a really interesting matchup. So we got Rain here with no Swift Swimmer, which is really good for me. I do like Zapdos a lot here. Zapdos does do a lot of work. Landers does a lot of work. It's how I want to handle this. I think I want to go Landers Tapu Bulu seems pretty safe. How fast is my Tapu Bulu? Because I actually really can't remember. Like if I made so many VGC 18 teams already, I don't remember. This was 101 speed. Okay, so it's not fast. Okay. I think I want to go Tapu Bulu Landers Varian. I think Tapu Bulu Landers Varian is alright here. I don't think Empoleon's actually the call. It really doesn't do much. It can take hits from the Pelipper, which would be nice, but it's just really weak against Koko Raichu. I think I want the Zapdos and Charizard in the back. I need Charizard for the Steel types. I want Zapdos for another answer to that Celesteela, which could be really annoying in this game. So those are the four I'm going to go for. Really regretting not bringing Empoleon because I love, like every game basically I brought Empoleon in general when I played this team. I probably played like 30 to 50 battles with this team when I was testing it out 2 weeks ago. But my opponent's going to lead the Koko Raichu here, which is fine because I led my Tapu Bulu. And Tapu Bulu... Oh, yeah. Tapu Bulu lands. I thought I led Zapdos for a second, but okay. So I get to lead with my Tapu Bulu plus my Landers here, which is good because my opponent doesn't exactly threaten the Landers. Of course, HP Ice is a thing. I do want to scout for that. And I do want to keep my Intimidate around. So I feel like I do want to switch out my Landers. I think I'll go out into my Zapdos, I believe. And I want to just go for a Horn Leech right away. And I think I want to target down that Raichu. There's a good chance that maybe Tapu Koko goes for Volt Switch here into Celesteela. So... Or you could switch out Raichu into Celesteela and go for a Volt switch into like Raichu or something. That's actually tough to call. I think I want to Horn Leech the Tapu Koko actually, and I am going to go into Zapdos here. If I get rid of Tapu Koko, I get rid of terrain potential. So we are not going to see any switch outs from that Raichu. Maybe just staying in and going for Fake Out, which I could definitely see here. But we'll see here. I do have pressure as Volt Switch is going to come out from the Tapu Koko. Okay, so I could have Volt Switched the Raichu here. Of course, could be Shattered Psyche, I guess, which could be a problem, but I didn't want to protect there because Raichu does carry the ability to go for Encore. And I'm guessing it is Shattered Psyche on this team, so I'm guessing that's what's going to be coming out here. Pelipper is going to come out, which is actually really solid for me, in my opinion, just because if I do get the attack off, that would be great. But Shattered Psyche? Yeah, Shattered Psyche. No, it's the Z move. Okay. So it's going to be the Z move coming out from this Raichu. It looks like the Electrium Z, Raichunium Z. It's not Electrium Z, technically. Yeah, it's going to be Stoked Spark Surfer, and this is going to guarantee paralyze my Tapu Bulu here. I'm really hoping my opponent doesn't get the paralysis here, because having that paralysis would be really annoying, to be honest. So I'm hoping Tapu Bulu is just able to pull through, because if it does and gets that Horn Leech off, I get all that recovery back, and I get to break Pelipper's Focus Sash here. And nice, I do get the Horn Leech off, and Raichu is basically on the field. It used its Z-move. It's not really doing too much against me. So I'm in a fantastic position here, especially look at all this recovery that Tapu Bulu got. Basically, it ate up my opponent's Z-move, the Volt Switch, and yeah, my opponent can't really do much now. So Is my Zapdos faster than Pelipper? Should be, unless it's Timid Pelipper. Yeah, unless it's Timid Pelipper. Which it could be, but I do have my Flying Berry on the Tapu Bulu, so I might be able to live one Hurricane. So I'm actually going to go for Hornleech into the Raichu slot, and I think I'm just going to fire off a Thunderbolt into the Pelipper. I can always get Tailwind up next turn, even if my opponent sets up now. I don't think it's really that important to get Tailwind up when I'd rather get a knockout right here. As the Raichu's going to switch out, going to Tapu Koko, so Electric Terrain's going to come back on the field, which is going to weaken the power of my Hornleech, but it's smart for my opponent to actually go for this play. But we'll see if Pelipper is actually going to be able to move first. It goes for U-turn, so that is a really interesting Pelipper. So it's either Scarf or it's Timid. So that's really interesting. U-turns usually, yeah, that's not a move you commonly see on Pelipper. Well, at least in VGC. In singles, you'll see it a lot. Kartana's going to come out. That's not really going to appreciate a Thunderbolt, and I get a Hornleech potentially. That's going to do massive damage to my opponent's team, so I'm really liking my position here. Yeah, look at that Thunderbolt. That did so much. And I get the Hornleech off, so I get the chip damage onto Tapu Koko that I need. And this position's absolutely fantastic here. It really is fantastic here. As I don't know if I want to save my Tapu Bulu now. I'm pretty sure my opponent's going to go for Gleam here, if anything. Or maybe a double attack in the Zapdos. I feel like I don't really need Charizard anymore. I think Charizard expendable. I want to keep Tapu Bulu because a grassy terrain can be helpful for later in the game. Because it allows me still to outspeed that Raichu. Because Raichu's still faster than all my Pokemon under Tailwind. So I'm going to go for Tailwind here and switch out into Charizard. Of course, my opponent might have Taunt, which would be a good play. But I don't think you go for Taunt here, because if I Thunderbolt into Kartana, that's a problem for you. So we're going to see the Volt Switch come out. It's going to target down my Zapdos. Okay, so doubling up the Zapdos, it looks like. Potentially. Or maybe it's just a Smart Strike coming out. But I really don't mind that. Let's see if Raichu comes back out. Could be. Yep, I think it is Raichu. Yep, Raichu is going to come back out. And we're going to see the Leaf Blade come out and target down my Zapdos. But that's not going to knock me out. That's a critical hit, I believe. That's not a critical hit. Wow. That's just damage. That's impressive. And I will be able to get a Tailwind up. So this is fantastic. And I don't have to worry about Raichu's. Like, right now I don't really have to worry too much about Raichu. I'm in a very fantastic position right here. Because right here I can go for, I guess I could just Dragon Claw Raichu. And I could go for a Thunderbolt and Kartana. I pick up a knockout either way, because I think all of my opponent's Pokemon go down to this Thunderbolt plus Dragon Claw combination. Maybe Raichu switches on to Tapu Koko, but that really doesn't change much for your board position, because I could Fire Punch the Kartana and Thunderbolt the Tapu Koko slot the following turn. So no matter what, you're going to have to trade most likely, and Kartana is going to switch out here and go on to Tapu Koko. So maybe expecting the Fire Punch there, that's the only way you could probably live, and I'm pretty sure Thunderbolt's going to come out. So I will be able to get Charizard X out here. Charizard X, let's go, let's go. I wonder if that's Banded Kartana. That Leaf Blade just did so much damage. Psychic going to be coming out and targeting down my Zapdos, so Zapdos is going to go down here. But I got the Tailwind up, so critical hit, I don't think that mattered. No, I don't think it did. Even though I have a really bulky Zapdos, I don't think it matters here. Dragon Claw is going to be able to knock out Raichu, and that's probably the Pokemon that the only Pokemon that could outspeed me in terrain. Now I can go out into my Landers here and click Tectonic Rage. I could probably pick up a knockout. I really hope my opponent brings Pelipper in, but probably he's going to bring Kartana and then play the mind game of whether you can switch out or not. Yeah, so Kartana's going to be coming out here. Now we're going to be playing a bit of a mind game. Like, Tapu Koko, I really want to just Tectonic Rage here, which would be safe, but I really want to Tectonic Rage, but Pelipper could come out. I think I will, actually, no, the best play here, I think, is just to Dragon Claw the Tapu Koko. I could protect Earthquake, which would be safe, but I'm pretty sure you might just protect Kartana or Detect and switch out Tapu Koko into Pelipper. That's definitely a play. I could Rock Slide here, but if the Tapu Koko stays in, that's a problem. I guess since Kartana shouldn't be able to pick up a knockout on me, I could Fire Punch here and Rock Slide, which I think is actually a better play. Let's see. I don't think my opponent should protect here. No protects. I mean, stay in. It looks like my opponent just stays in. I go for Rock Slide here, and I'm able to get a Fire Punch off in Tapu Koko, which even in the rain, it should pick up the knockout, because actually, I don't remember Fire Punch is boosted by Tough Claws, but we do get the knockout on Tapu Koko, so that's great. And the Leaf Blade is going to come out into the Lander slot, but that's not going to be able to pick up the knockout. Rain does stop, however, Pelipper is going to be able to get it back in. And yeah, so if it is Scarf Pelipper, which I think it might be, Charizard will just be able to outspeed and go for Dragon Claw. And I can Tectonic Rage into the Kartana slot, which it might be able to pick up the knockout at that range. I'm pretty sure it would be able to. So yeah, and if it's not Scarf Pelipper, I mean, even if it protects here, I outspeed the following turn can Dragon Claw and Kartana really can't do much to my Charizard, especially at -1. Maybe if it's a Guillotine Kartana, but no protects coming out from my opponent. I am just going to be able to get the Z move off with my Tectonic Rage, and this should be able to pick up the knockout onto the Kartana, and then Dragon Claw should finish off the Pelipper, and that would be a good game. So, yeah. I don't know. I feel like Tapu Bulu put in a lot of work there, and I feel like the positioning wise was just really solid for me because I was just being able to prevent my opponent from getting knockouts, which my opponent did have frail Pokemon. Like, these Pokemon are not bulky at all. Like, these Pokemon are really frail, but they can hit really hard. But they couldn't pick up the knockouts onto, like, my Zapdos or my Tapu Bulu. So once I was basically able to take those hits, I could basically get a KO back at them, get speed control up so I can potentially knock them out in the following turns. And yeah, basically, I don't think my opponent had much of a way there. I did get lucky with not getting fully paralyzed, fortunately. I didn't get fully paralyzed, because if I got fully paralyzed once, I think it would have been trouble. I'm just glad I hit the Pelipper, to be honest, because that recovery on that turn was so important. But yeah, we're going to find another game, but I just want to use Empoleon again. I love using Empoleon, man. Empoleon is just such a fun Pokemon. It really is. It's just so solid. Which is funny because I didn't think it would be solid when I was playing with it first, but then it just ended up winning me games. Like, it legit ended up winning me games. So yeah. Let's see. I also want to reconsider like what I could have done better in the last game if there was anything specific. Not really. I guess I could have taken the Raichu turn 1 because Hornly should have been able to knock out Raichu, and that was such a big offensive threat. But I'm really surprised my opponent didn't bring Celesteela, which was really fortunate for me, because if my opponent had Celesteela, I would have probably had to play that game a whole lot differently. Like, Celesteela would have been annoying, but luckily my opponent didn't. We got Flavio from Italy, 1481. I actually think we played this person in the VGC 17 Back Battles, if anyone hasn't watched that. But oh, it's the QR code team I was looking at before, actually. So there's a QR code team with the signature Ultra Beast. I don't remember what the name is. Naga Nadel or something. I don't know. All I know is I actually made my analysis on it, and I'll be recording it soon. But yeah. If I remember correctly, it's Tailwind, Focus Sash, no Protect. It has Snarl, Sludge Bomb, and I think a Fire type move. I don't remember where the Z move was on this team. I think it was either Landis or Heatran. It might have been Cresselia though. It specs Feeny, I'm pretty sure. Ooh, I'm not sure how I like my the matchup against this. I do like Empoleon a lot though. Like, Empoleon can do some work, but it's low kick Kangaskhan for sure, which is a problem. Landis can do. Oh yeah, it's Hidden Power. No, it's Hidden Power on that. I have to watch out. It's definitely Hidden Power. So Landis Empoleon. Tapu Bulu, Charizard. This is gonna be problematic because I actually don't know. I thought maybe Zapdos could have been thinking. There's a Pikachu shirt. Oh yeah, I still haven't dressed my character. I should do that. But then, like, right after I'm recording this video, I'm actually streaming, and it's actually should have been earlier today if you were watching this video. So if you haven't hit up my Twitch channel, I am streaming VGC 18. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Well, I'm not streaming just VGC 18, but my stream days are Monday, Wednesday, and currently Friday as of now. So, Kangaskhan and Naganado. Yeah, that's an interesting Pokemon, that's for sure. I don't exactly have a solid switch in. I do have Charizard, though, which can take a hit in power. So I'll go for that, and I guess I'll go for Icy Wind here. I'm pretty sure we're just going to see Fake Out, and I'm guessing it would be either the Tailwind or the HP Ice here. So, I don't know what my opponent really wants to do here, but I will go for the Icy Wind here. Just for speed control, if my opponent decides not to go for Fake Out, maybe just go straight for the low kick instead. We're going to see no Mega, which is really interesting. Maybe my opponent doesn't have the Mega Stone, because I've actually faced a few opponents who have not had the Mega Stone. Yeah. So, Icy Wind is going to come out here. Or I've seen, like, I was watching a stream earlier today. I do get the Icy Wind off, and yeah, I'm pretty sure you don't have a Mega Stone at this rate, which is really interesting of a decision. Okay, so this is not a real game. Well, my opponent can still win, but it's so much harder on my opponent now. Uh, Icy Wind did a lot of work. He might Snarl here, which I'm pretty sure he will, actually. I am gonna Dragon Dance, though. I don't see a reason not to Dragon Dance and just Icy Wind here, to be honest, because as long as I keep getting these Icy Winds up, we are good. Because now these Pokemon will be basically at neutral speed. I'm stalling out the Tailwind, and then, like, I'm expecting Snarl here, because my opponent does carry Snarl on the Naginata. It's Sludge Bomb actually just coming out. Okay, so no Snarl, okay. That did more than I thought. Oh man, that did more than I thought. I honestly didn't expect a Sludge Bomb to do that much, but then again, it's like probably max special attack. I was that was probably a bad play. Oh, and I missed the Icy Wind. No, that's crucial. That is crucial. I probably can knock out Naganado with Ice Beam, which is one saving grace here. So I'll protect Charizard here because I'm pretty sure you Sludge Bomb in this slot. But now he gets a free low kick. I was gonna force him to Sucker Punch my Charizard, but now he can't. Now I can't do that. So how many turns of Tailwind are left? 2 turns. Okay. I go for Ice Beam here. Man, this time is so weird. It's already in the red somehow. Okay, we're gonna see Naganeta switch out, and Landers is gonna be coming. Oh, I Ice Beam that slot. Let's go. Let's go. Unless he Mega Evolved. I don't get why you switch out Landers when I can Icy Wind all the time. But maybe my opponent's like, oh, I can easily live Icy Wind. Maybe he's Assault Vest. Sucker Punch in the Charizard. Yep. Ice Beam. Let's go. Get the knockout. Hey, that's what I like to see. So Landers goes out. Really risky switch for my opponent. Did not work out there. I think maybe my opponent was trying to get Landers in on an Icy Wind and use the last turn to maybe fire off a Tectonic Rage and Empoleon, but that does not work out for my opponent as basically I do pick up that knockout right there. So Heatran's going to come out here. Earth Power plus Low Kick is definitely a play from my opponent. I think it's Earth Power, to be honest. I think he would Earth Power here. I think I'm just going to go out in Landers because Landers is a very safe play, and I think I'll just go for a Scald and a Kangaskhan. I don't really need an Icy Wind. I guess maybe the worst part is if he sets up a substitute, but it wouldn't be too bad, I think. I get Intimidate off, so I might be able to live an Earth Power plus Low Kick now. It's so weird facing a normal Kangaskhan. My opponent doesn't have the Mega Stone, the Keystone, it looks like. Sucker Punch into the Charizard, and yeah, it's Earth Power. And with the Assault Vest, I'll definitely be able to take that. Like, no doubt. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I would have taken the low kick too. So Scald's going to come out and target down this Kangaskhan, doing so much damage and getting the burn. Empoleon! Empoleon, calm down. Empoleon's actually broken, guys. Empoleon's actually broken, confirmed. Unfortunately, Empoleon's not faster than Kangaskhan even after the -1. Actually, he's -2, so it might be now. If the opponent's max speed, he will still out. I think the safe play is just a Tectonic Rage, to be honest. The Heatran. And Ice Beam. I don't think the Naganado can actually touch my Empoleon, to be honest. So I can go for this play. Yeah, as my opponent stays in. So I'm going to be able to get a Tectonic Rage off. Only way Heatran survives is if it actually has a Focus Sash. And if my opponent goes for a low kick in an Empoleon, I don't think he even picks up the knockout, to be honest. And if we target Landers, like, Naganado is not winning this game by itself. So Tectonic Rage is going to come out into this Heatran. Should be able to pick up a knockout. Yep. No Focus Sash. Okay, nice. Heatran goes down. Let's see if Empoleon's faster. It's Anime Kangaskhan, it looks like. Okay. Which explains why that double-edged did a bit more than I was expecting. So I do get the knockout on Kangaskhan, and let us see. Naganado. I want Empoleon to get the last KO, man. I hope my opponent lets me get the last KO. Because that would be so good. I'm not going to go for like a 4 or anything because I don't want to reveal like, you know, what set I am. Like, I already revealed Tectonic Rage, but I don't have to really reveal anything else in case we play my opponent again, which is definitely possible. I'm going to go for Ice Beam, switch out into Charizard. So let us see what my opponent does. Maybe Snarl here, which would actually be kind of funny because, Hidden Power, okay. Pretty sure it's Hidden Power Ice. Yeah, it's Hidden Power Ice. Okay, so it's not Hidden Power Ground. Okay. So I do get the Ice Beam off and Beast Boost. That's special attack. Wait, special attack? I thought Naganado can only get a speed unless it's modest. I thought it was timid on the QR code set, but maybe it is modest. Huh. Did not know that. But anyway, we're going to be able to pick up a win. I mean, like, not having Mega Kangaskhan was so much easier. But, like, even I guess the baby chip damage wouldn't have done too much in the end game, to be honest. Because, look, it would have KO'd my Charizard. That was probably the only one really big thing. But, like, looking at the damage, like, Empoleon would have been able to survive. I guess I would have lost Charizard, but still, I think I would have been alright still, even if it was Mega Kangaskhan, but who knows. Like, Mega Kangaskhan's that scary of a Pokemon. But anyway, able to pick up 2 wins. Let's go for a third one, and maybe we can pick up another win as well. Let's go Totem Pokemon. Why not? As we find Evan from Spain with a 1500 as our third and final opponent of the day. Okay, you have 4 out of 6 items, and you have, like, kind of a VGC team. Is that the new Lycanroc form? Lycanroc Midday? Ah, that's actually pretty cool. That's pretty cool. My opponent doesn't have much for Landers other than the Braviary. Braviary is actually really scary to deal with. Oh my lord, Braviary is actually really scary to deal with this team. I think I want to go Zapdos here. I don't want to go Zapdos Tapu Bulu, to be honest. I feel like it would be the most solid option against my opponent. Yeah, I'm going to actually go Zapdos Tapu Bulu. I think I have Landers in the back and no Empoleon. Okay, so Empoleon does really well. Empoleon's actually really solid in this matchup, not going to lie. I'm just really worried about... Maybe I need to think this through. How do I beat this team? Actually, you know what? No Tapu Bulu. I think I'm going to lead Zapdos and Empoleon here. I think that's also pretty solid here. I need Landis Fairing for Intimidate. And Charizard. Yeah. I don't think I bring Tapu Bulu. Like, Tapu Bulu can help, obviously. Like, Tapu Bulu can obviously really help. But I think I want to bring Empoleon just because, like, it can resist the rock moves. It can resist the psychic type moves. Empoleon can 1v1 the Lele. Ice Beam can pick up the knockout guard jump. Scald does a lot to Arcanine. I mean, yeah. So I think Empoleon just has a pretty decent role here in this matchup. So I feel like Empoleon is a fine lead. The problem is I'm worried about, like, the Braviary. Braviary is really annoying to deal with. It's going to be Arcanine and Lycanroc here. So, okay. So, this is obviously scary because I don't know what my opponent's set is. The Arcanine is slower than my Zapdos. That's good to confirm because that's most likely bulky Arcanine if that's the case here. I could Scald. I think I'm going to go out in a Landorus here, which is a very safe play, and go for an Icy Wind here. Yeah, because it should allow my Landorus to outspeed my opponent's Pokemon afterward. And getting this Intimidate prevents, you know, a random Electrium, Fightium, or Bandit close combat / Wild Charge coming out from that Arcanine. And I don't want to go down to a rock move from that Lycanroc if it's like Bandit or something. So, yeah, that looks like the new Midday form, and that's kind of cool. I love the new Midday form. So, Stone Edge is going to come out. That's going to do a good amount. Yeah, that does a solid amount. Oh, no. Did you double? Okay, that's Empoleon. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. If that hit Landorus, I was expecting more of a Flare Blitz, but luckily it didn't. Icy Wind going to come out, which, you know, does a solid chunk to the Lycanroc, as well as the Arcanine here. And this is looking pretty good. I'm not expecting Protect from the Arcanine, to be honest. This looks like an in-game team now that I'm thinking about it. It actually does look like kind of... Well, Garchomp's not an in-game Pokemon, is it? I don't think it is. And I'm not sure about Braviary either. I could Earthquake here. I could also just go for U-Turn, which I think is safer, to be honest. I think I want to U-Turn out. The Arcanine is probably switching out. And I think I'm going to go for a Scald into the Lycanroc here and try to potentially pick up a knockout. As Lycanroc's actually going to switch out. Kartana's going to come out. So I get to hit that thing with Scald, which is beautiful. And I get a U-Turn chip damage onto that Arcanine, which I don't know what move it's going for. Rocky Helmet. Okay. That's a new one. I can go on a Zapdos, though. Zapdos is looking pretty good. I could also go on a Charizard. Okay, that's tough. Although I could get Charizard in next turn by switching out Empoleon into Charizard, so I think this is also a safe play as well. So I'll get Zapdos in right now, because Zapdos should be able to take a Will-O-Wisp. Well, yeah, Charizard might have been a fine play here. Scald's going to come out into the Kartana. Can we get a burn potentially? That does 50%. No burn, unfortunately. Wall Charge is going to come out in Empoleon, but with the Intimidate, yeah, not doing too much. But man, I'm so not used to the fast recoil of these games now. Tailwind is very safe here. And getting my Charizard in right now, because Charizard's looking for a lot of damage. This Arcanite's not switching out, so my opponent's not preserving Intimidate. So, yeah, this is looking really... Oh, actually, I'm switching into a Wall Charge, potentially. But I could also see Arcanine switching out, or maybe just going for maybe a move into Zapdos, because of the fact that, like, I'm pretty sure you just Sacred Sword or Leaf Blade with the Kartana here. So my opponent, again, not switching out here. Charizard's going to come on the field and should be able to eat these attacks. Sacred Sword's going to come out, which is to be expected. Not going to do too... That did a decent amount, actually. Talon's going to be set up for my Zapdos. Let's see what this Arcanine decides to do. Is it going to be Roar? A Burn Up. You can't use Burn Up twice. You can only use Burn Up if you have the Fire typing. So I can go for a Thunderbolt. A Thunderbolt should be able to knock out this Kartana, and I think I could just Dragon Dance up here. Dragon Dance is very safe. It allows me to outspeed my opponent in the future turns of the game when I don't have Tailwind up. And this is a free Dragon Dance. I could potentially go for knockouts right here, but what if Arcanine switches out into like Tapu Lele on my Dragon Claw, or maybe switches out into Garchomp on my Fire Punch? Like, too many things can go wrong with that. Lycanroc's going to come back in, which doesn't really appreciate a Thunderbolt, so I'm fine with this, especially since I'm going to be able to outspeed the Kartana unless it's Scarf later on in the game. So it might be an indication of the Scarf Kartana. Wait, did Kartana have an item? There were two Pokemon that didn't have an item on my opponent's side of the field. I do get Dragon Dance up. I'm guessing it's a Wall Charge into Charizard then, as I will be able to get a Thunderbolt into the Lycanroc. Yeah, almost be able to pick up the knockout. Yeah, Wall Charge is going to come out. Except Lycanroc gets Excel Rock, I guess. Yeah, I don't want to risk Excel Rock coming out, so I'm actually just going to Thunderbolt the Lycanroc, and I'm just going to protect here. I'm not risking Excel Rock. Excel Rock Bandit could potentially knock out my Charizard, so I'm not risking that. I think the new Lycanroc midday form has 117 base attack, so it's actually pretty strong. It's Scarf. It's Scarf? Yeah, it's Scarf. There's no way that Lycanroc is faster, so it's Scarf. Okay, that's good to confirm. So I don't have to worry about Scarf Garchomp, or I don't have to worry about Scarf Kartana. My opponent does actually have Snarl. Okay. So opting to go for Snarl right here, which is going to lower the special attack of my Zapdos. However, yeah, Zapdos' damage has already been done, basically. I just needed the damage on the Lycanroc, to be honest. Garchomp's going to come out. I don't have to worry about that being a Scarf Pokemon. I do have to worry about it maybe being Focus Sash or a Berry, because we have no idea. Okay, Kartana didn't have an item, but the Lycanroc did, so it was Scarf Lycanroc most likely. Very safe place just to go into Landers here. Providing Intimidate also resets the special attack from my Zapdos. And I'll go for a Dragon Claw since this Arcanine really, with Snarl, Wall Charge, Burn Up. Snarl, Wall Charge, Burn Up. Have we seen its fourth move? I actually don't remember. But this Arcanine's going to be a -2 anyway, so it can't really do too much to my Charizard anyway. So this is a safe play all around. It also helps if my opponent does have, like, I don't know, a really bulky Garchomp with, like, Hobbenberry or Sash. Garchomp's just going to Protect. Oh, so my opponent has Protect. Okay, that's good to know. Dragon Claw into the Garchomp. And what, Bulldoze? No, just Snarl. Okay. Charizard voice the attack too, which is nice. Snarl going to go out into Landers. Not really doing too much. And Tailwind is going to peter out here, which I don't mind because Charizard still outspeeds because of that Dragon Claw from earlier. What's in the back? Oh yeah, Kartana. Okay, so I could just probably just double attack here. Tectonic Rage plus Dragon Claw, to be honest. I don't see a way my opponent can really handle this situation. Like, no matter what, like, I'm going to be able to pick up the knockdown Garchomp, unless they're Focus Sash or Hobbenberry, I guess. But, yeah, Arcanine's going to switch out, going to go out into Kartana. I'm guessing maybe my opponent's hoping for a double protect there. No, no double protect, no Hobbin Bear. Dragon Claw is just going to come out. Are you focused, Ash? No, you're not. So that is going to be game. Because Tectonic Rage is going to be able to knock out Kartana, and I will be able to pick up the knockout onto this Kartana. So nice. I'm going to be able to pick up 3 wins. Yeah, just really interesting sets from my opponent. Maybe doesn't have the best knowledge about the mechanics, such as the burn up. I mean, did have a team, did have 6 Pokemon, 4 head items. All of these Pokemon are competitive. So, yeah, I think that's fine. As we do knock out Kartana with Tectonic Rage. And then it's the Arcanine in the back. The Arcanine really can't win in this game, to be honest. I have Landorus. I still have Charizard, which the Arcanine still doesn't seem to be able to touch. And Dragon Claw plus Rock Slide here. Well, I guess maybe. So how much is my Charizard at? 82. Extreme Speed crit shouldn't knock me out. I don't think it should knock me out. I can miss Rock Slide. I'm just going to U-turn here. And Dragon Claw. I'm making sure this game doesn't get out of my way. Because Dragon Claw into U-turn should allow me just to rotate and Intimidate. So Dragon Claw just going to be able to pick up the knockout on the Arcanine. And that would be good game. So we're going to be able to pick up 3 wins in today's episode of VGC 17 Baek Battles. Of course, the second opponent didn't have the Keystone yet. And our third opponent didn't have 2 items. And I don't know, the Arcanine set was interesting. Otherwise, pretty much the rest of the team, I think, has standard movesets. I'm actually really surprised my opponent didn't bring Braviary, because Braviary was a really scary Pokemon to deal with. Like, Braviary could have led with Garchomp with... Like, that's what I was most worried about when facing this team, because Braviary leading with, like, Garchomp or Lycanroc could spell out a lot of problems, depending on how fast it is, because my team isn't really that fast. If it can outspeed my Zapdos, it can potentially pick up some knockouts, and yeah, I would be in a really bad position otherwise. But luckily, my opponent didn't bring Braviary. I didn't have to worry about it. I was just able to set up at the right time. I get myself into a position where I basically had total control of the game and was able to flow from there. But anyway, thank you all for watching today's episode of VGC 18 Baek Battles. If you did like it, please leave a like down below to show your support for the new series. If you want to check out anything down below, such as my Twitch channel, as I said before, I do stream, especially I do stream VGC 18 as well as some other games. And you can check out my social medias. Follow me on my Twitter for like VGC updates. You can also basically check out the other stuff, such as the side series on the channel, which I will be resuming shortly. And of course, yeah, I think that's pretty much all I want to say. Thank you all for watching. Really means the world to me. Thank you for all your support. I all hope you have a good day, and I'll catch you around in another episode.